This is the 5-Minute Youth Devotional Reading with Alex Sarria.
Love as family. January 26th, the best visa. Deuteronomy 10:19 says, "So you too must show love for foreigners, for you yourselves were once foreigners in the land of Egypt." My wife and I have spent half of our adult lives abroad. Sometimes they were short periods of a few weeks, and we hardly went beyond the designation of tourists. At other times, it was a little more than a decade, and we knew what it was like to be a missionary. As I write this, we live in a place where you can count about 100 different nationalities. Our neighbors are Cameroonians, Brazilians, Trinidadians, Koreans, Chinese, Danes, and even some Belarusians. It's hilarious to listen to the children as they run around the playgrounds, screaming in English with every imaginable accent. It's quite an experience to be a foreigner. It clarifies your life. Living in one's land provides stability in many ways. The customs are the same as always. The family history is shared by many. The expressions are understood in their broadest sense. Additionally, because you're a national, you have rights that allow you to live in normality. Living in the land of others entails dependence on almost every issue. There are customs and traditions that must be learned because that's how society works. Sometimes there are customs that are exotic. Sometimes there are visions opposed of our construction of the world, and no one knows about us or our people or our memories, and they barely capture short stories in moments of closeness. What about humor? Nothing is more frustrating than telling a joke only to see the recipient maintain a poker face. And what about papers? Bureaucracy tends to bait those of marginal structures, and foreigners are part of that classification. Being a foreigner entails a strong dependence on others. And that's why God proposes that we love foreigners, because they are people in need. Loving foreigners above all avoids believing in stereotypes. Prejudice is the food of xenophobia. I am Andalusian, and when I arrived in Catalonia, I did so with many preconceptions. Today I appreciate my Catalan friends with all my heart. I felt loved. I am Spanish, and when I arrived in Argentina, I did it with a backpack full of cliches. I was already waiting for Galician jokes. Today, I long with all my being for the hospitality and generosity of those people. I felt appreciated. I'm European, and when I arrived in the United States, I did so with all the topics that an intellectual from an old continent learns. And today I must say, there's a great elegance of treatment. I feel at home. What was the secret? Sincere love. Whether you are a national or not, love others. It is the best visa that exists in the world. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If this was helpful for you, please share it with a friend. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Always remember this: walking with God is the greatest thing you could ever do. You are His priority. Make Him yours, and you will always live out your purpose. God bless.